so her good looks landed her a gig as a model on Deal or No Deal. But now Claudia Jordan is back and using her brain to win the game. Take a look.
I've sat and watched hundreds of people play, witnessing lives changed in an instant, and I wanted to trade places with them sometimes, front to back. I know the game of Deal or No Deal. So we coming for you, Mr. Banker Man. We coming for you.
Ooh, please welcome back reality star Claudia Jordan.
Hey, DBO family, what's going on?
What's going on?
All right, before we get to your return to Deal or No Deal, you're in New Orleans, and you celebrated Mardi Gras this year, and I want to know what kind of fun you got into, my friend.
Well, there's lots of alcohol here, and y'all know me. Y'all know what kind of person I am, so I've been having lots of fun. I probably gained 10 pounds, and the parade was awesome. I'm here working with College Hill, and that's something else I'll come back to talk to you about in a few months.
Can't wait.
I'm here. And it's been an awesome experience. Mardi Gras is so fun. You got to get down here. But I'm getting an education this time and learning the history of everything. So it's really, really fun.
It's a fascinating holiday. You're revisiting college life, as you said, with other celebs for the reality show College Hill. You just mentioned it. You already have a degree. What made you want to go back this time, and what is different for you?
Well, actually, a little known fact that I've been letting people just run with is I don't have my degree. I was 1 year away, ran out of money, financially had issues. So then I started modeling to go back to college. It became a 30-year career. My aunt always told me, I wish you would have finished school. And I'm like, but I'm already successful. And she passed away last year at 100 years old.
Very
the education. That's my motivation. You know, she was born in 1923, where it was really a tough time for Black women and women to get an education. So this is like really meaningful for me. So I'm really taking it seriously.
Bravo to you.
Well
She'd
done.
be very proud of you.
Love that.
Very proud of you.
Okay, sis, I've been waiting to ask you this question. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is going through a little recast right now. Now, our girl Candy has bowed out on her own accord.
Oh, really?
Our girl Portia is back in, and everybody knows that Claudia Jordan's name runs through everybody's mouth and in their head written free. So would you consider returning to the show?
Ooh, good question.
I am on a paper chase. If they want to pay me my bread, I will be glad. I would gladly return. But I live in Dallas now, so I would have to find a reason to be there. But I do have business in Atlanta now. I just got with this other production company, and they've kind of tapped me to help develop some shows. So
Nice.
I definitely do have a reason for me to be in Atlanta, along with my. And so you never know, but they haven't reached out yet. But Andy has been on the record lately saying that he always felt like they never really gave Claudia Jordan a proper chance to really do her. You never know.
I agree. I'm manifesting it.
Yeah,
in
come
real
on,
time.
Andy.
It was interesting what you were saying about having a year to go, because I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and he said he has 1 year to go to finish college. I think that's really relatable to a lot of folks. So, and apropos nothing we're talking about, you should go with that. A lot of people relate to that. But let's get to Deal or No Deal. You're back for the reboot of Deal or No Deal Island, and you're competing for $200 million. I'll send you my Venmo. Now,
$200 million?
Yes. Tori, welcome to the show.
I'm sorry.
As a former briefcase model, I thought that you would have an advantage, but do you think you had an advantage? You've seen this game played a million times.
Well, absolutely. I know the game back to front to back. I was on the show since it was a pilot. I was on it before, long before it really blew up and became the hit that it was. So I know the game inside and out. Actually, me and 3 of the other models are actually on the Deal or No Deal slot machine in your casino. And I love this game. I would play along with the contestants when I was standing there for 13, 16, 19 hours with these high heels on and be like, oh man, I would have done this. I would have done that. So then it just got manifested, like it happened. I got tapped to come on the show. Some people knew who I was, some people didn't. And it kind of maybe gets in the way because some people may be a little hateful or feel a way about me having my I don't know, extra knowledge of the game. You have to tune in and see February 26th.
That was a good little teaser, picking up what you're throwing down. All right, so the reboot does require some survival skills. Did you have to confront any of your fears in this show?
Yeah, because who likes snakes and who likes heights?
Ooh.
And who likes being outside and who likes mosquitoes? There was a whole bunch of things in the elements that we really had to get over. And let me tell you, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I've had a very cush, plush life since things have gone well for me. And you see that alligator, you see the snakes, that is real. Those are not fake. at the heights. We're like up there, hoisted above, being dropped down, lots of things. On top of knowing the game, on top of like the stress of being away from your friends and family, no computer, no cell phone, no Wi-Fi. You are living it out in roughing it. There's no celebrity treatment on this show here.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. There's no lattes at 6 a.m., okay? We had to, I mean, we were outside. There's a lot of things, and you can just fill in the blanks with that.
Okay, but you're a tough girl. I think she went far. I'm just gonna
Wow,
put it
you can
out
see
there.
it in her eyes?
I can see it, the twinkle.
Look
Are
at
you
her eyes.
$200 million richer while you're talking to us?
$200?
Well, you know, we signed paperwork, so I can't tell you. And I think you would enjoy it a lot more if you see what happens on the show, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, we had no idea."
Wow. Oh my gosh.
On that note.
Wow. Well, thank you for joining us, Claudia. Always great to see you. DBL Nation, catch the premiere of Deal or No Deal Island February 26th. We will be rooting for you, of course.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on everything. And Andy,
cool.
holler at your girl, please.
Well, the stakes are higher than ever on Deal or No Deal Island as players face extreme challenges in the hopes of taking home millions from the elusive banker. And things are already heating up between the contestants, especially Claudia Jordan and Kim. Watch this.
You fake cry with that Karen bull every time it gets hot. Yes. Say something. Say it.
I've got nothing to say to you.
I have nothing to say to you because you're a snake.
Oh my God.
You're whack. She's been running game on everybody, crying. We all help her, and then you throw people on the bus. That's what you've been doing, and we're tired of it. And I feel so good letting this all out in the jungle. Woo! And I know if you win, you're going to take me out, that's fine. I'll go back to my air conditioner. I won't think about you ever again.
Oh, you do not want to mess with Claudia. Claudia's joining me now. Welcome.
Thank you. You know what? I know it
God.
seems a little harsh, but we were under extreme conditions.
Yes.
I just don't like conniving people. And you're probably asking, well, why are you on a
does?
reality show?
Yeah.
You know, and I felt like it was too early in the game to be that wicked. You know what I mean? Like, let's build the pot up together and then get there. Wait for it to be like the top 4, top 5, but
yeah.
Too early on, homegirl.
Yeah, so you think she's a villain? Because she just said, I think it was last night, that she said that you're at the top of her list of people she wants to cut out.
Calling me sneaky while walking around and eavesdropping in everybody's tent is like the epitome of pot calling the kettle black. I'm not sneaky. I'm very outspoken, and I'm a champion of justice and the underdog.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and you're coming to this with some reality experience because you did the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You are also a briefcase girl for Deal or No Deal. Do you think that gives you an edge over the competition?
I debated with whether or not I wanted to reveal that about myself, but Kim, she already knew everyone's tea, kind of, because she's like a huge fan of reality. So I felt like, you know, let me just let it be known, thinking I'll be an asset to keep around because I know the game and I'll help people out.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I should tell or not, but at the end of the day, I just said, hey, I was on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I know. There's other people that have experience, too, so I don't know if people are going to hold it against you or what, but I guess it'll all play out.
They actually do.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a negative that they know you were on other shows because it made some people want to try to come for you.
Right,
you
right.
know?
And so Joe was here last week, Joe Manganiello, and he said that this is the Mount Everest of reality competition. There are so many layers. Like, were you prepared for, did you know what you were getting yourself into is what I want to ask?
Well, in the casting, they said, look, you need to submit a video of yourself swimming a few laps of a pool. I'm like, I got it. Then I did it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of breath. And then you had to really be in physical good shape. But it's the physical fitness, it's the mental
I was going to say, I feel like the mental part has got to be that much harder because you always have to be on your game. You don't know if people are lying to you. I would be terrible at this game.
And, might I add, all your comforts are taken away. You're living in a tent. Like, we lived on that beach.
Yeah.
And there were snake catchers going around.
Well, you can't tell me how long.
Well, we're there for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's snake catchers, there's boa constrictors, there's all kinds of creepy crawly things that make them get into your tent. So on top of everything else, you have to worry about when I go to the bathroom, will a scorpion sting my butt?
Yeah, no thanks. Nope. Did you go in with a strategy? Like, can you have a strategy for a game like this?
No, because they don't, it's the first of its kind. So it's not like we could watch past seasons and study. You just kind of just go in, and I love a challenge. And I'm a gambler. Like, I'm a low-key, degenerate gambler, gambling problem, borderline. So this was like the perfect thing for me, you know? But it was so much fun, and I did things I never thought I'd be able to do.
I love that it was a positive experience.
Oh,
then.
absolutely. And it was fun. And you know what? When you have all this pressure built up and you get to cuss somebody out on that live TV that deserves it, it felt really good. It was really liberating.
Is that what you learned about yourself?
I learned I have more patience than I thought I did. And I learned that, you know, we can't really say I can't.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know what you can do until you try it. And I think that goes for everybody, including Kim. I'm giving her a hard time. But we all had to push ourselves further than we ever have. And it's a great show, and I love Deal or No Deal. Yeah. Anytime they ask me to do something, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. How about Real Housewives? Would you go back to Atlanta? They're shaking things up, I hear.
They are, and I actually do have a reason to go to Atlanta. I'm working with this company on developing some shows. I actually created 3 shows already.
Oh, great.
So I really want to be a show creator, content creator. I've actually created a show called TGIF. It's on the Fox Soul Network. I do that 5 nights a week. It's a hot topic show, and that is the most successful show on the network. So I think I have a little, you know,
got a knack for it. All right. Well, you can catch Deal or No Deal Island Mondays at 10 p.m. on NBC and streaming the next day on Peacock. Claudia, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Claudia. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm burning the candle on both ends like usual and promoting this show while we're working on another one. So, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. It's amazing to see you, stunning as always. Miss Beauty and Miss Beauty and Brains herself. I'm a pageant girl like you, you know. I think we're in the same system, except I'm from Kenya, so I went to Miss Universe. I know you were in the Miss USA franchise, which used to be Miss Universe.
I follow you on
But
social media. I definitely follow you. I see you. You're a beautiful lady.
no, you are definitely one of the reasons I'm here because you know what you do is you open doors for us. Like I look at you, you've always been my goals even before I got to this country. Always signing, always doing your thing. And the first time I encountered you was when I first moved to the US in 2007, and I would watch Deal or No Deal, and I'd always look at you and think, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful." And then I found out you are in the Miss USA system, and I was like, "Yes, it's a pageant girl." And then I've always followed you ever since.
Oh my
And
God.
I love to see it. So of course, when I saw this show, even before I knew I was going to be doing this press junket, I was in for Claudia.
Yes. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah. So that was a
Yeah.
fun show. It really was. Deal or No Deal was amazing. And to be on, a mainstream network like NBC, and we had such success on that show, 4 years, 4 or 5 seasons. I mean, even at the very end, we still had huge ratings, 13, 14 million people watching the show. And it's part of like American history when it comes to television. As far as game shows, we're definitely there. Like that was the biggest, highest rated show on NBC since Friends. Huge
Yep.
numbers. Everyone knows Deal or No Deal. We're in casinos, we're at games, we're everywhere. And I really have good memories of that show.
I love it. So back when you were on the show as one of the models with the boxes, did you ever get so emotionally invested that you, I don't know, cried or like you wanted to follow up with someone? Because
So
that was an intense show.
I am a big, people think I'm a little tough girl. I'm a big baby when it comes to that. When I see good people getting rewarded, I will like just break out in tears. Like I will be backstage rooting for them. Yeah, take the money. Stop. And we would really cry. We would be backstage really emotionally affected because we would get into the stories of these contestants because NBC did a really good job of casting. So they would find people that have really compelling stories. So you wanted them to win. You know what I mean? So when they didn't, if they went home with the $25 when they could have won, we're like into it. We're like heartbroken.
Yeah. So is your past experience the reason why you wanted to be a part of this show? Because now finally you get to come on as a contestant. Did you feel like, listen, I think I know this game better than most people, and I think I know the bank better than most people?
Absolutely. I felt like this would be a no-brainer for me. I would actually have been very heartbroken if I was not included in the first season. So I'm so grateful that they reached out to me. It would have been kind of devastating to me because I was on Deal or No Deal since the pilot. So the fact that they reached out was super dope to me. Yeah, I know the game. What I don't know is how the other people are going to play, and I don't know the extra twists and turns. So I knew it was going to be different, but I didn't know it was going to be this different. Like there was snakes, there was mosquitoes, there was backstabbing, there's appliances. Who do I trust here? I don't have a cell phone. I don't have a computer. I can't call my friends, but girl, this lady tripping, or I can't, you just got to deal with it. You're out in the elements. We're outside in a tent.
Literally outside, like the first pilot that we just saw, like you guys are starting off in the mad. There's a little old lady, and then the cast is so diverse. You have some players from other franchises, then you have the regular Joes, and then you have Claudia, who's been around this franchise. So what was it like? One thing, like when I saw the show, I was like, this is great, but the moment I saw a snake, I'd be out. So what do you do? Because they have so much more money on the line than other game shows. Did you have an ick moment where you were ready to walk out?
Yes, the very first episode.
Yeah.
The very first show, I'm like, wait, why am I in mud after I just got these 22 inches installed in my hair, and my hair was flowing and it's all getting all tangled up. I'm in mud. And have you ever tried to run through mud? It is so hard. You don't make progress. That was all real, and we had no idea what we were walking into. They were like, go around the corner, and we're like, take one step, mud all the way up to your waist, and it's so hard to get through it. I'm like, what did I sign up for?
I know. No, it looked genuinely hard, especially for the little old lady. Oh my God. So one more question about this before I move on to more juicier stuff. Did you, when you're doing this type of a show, how do you keep yourself from taking it personal? Because the moment someone stabs me in the back, I want to be done with them. How do you like turn away from this and not hate them for life? Because I think
I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm not good at that. So anyone that stabs me in the back on the shows, I don't like them afterwards. And it's still up.
I love it. As far as I'm concerned, Claudia is winning and she's walking away with Joe Manganiello. I mean, and we know that he likes them age appropriate too, which is rare in Hollywood. So that's nice.
He's good looking.
So now, Yeah, he is. Oh, Lord. And you are too. Perfect. That's just in my head, though. I'll be watching. So now, obviously, you're on this show. It's on Peacock. Usually, when you see a former housewife on a Peacock show, we start thinking, are they coming back? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Claudia. I did not understand why you did not return for another season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It made no sense to me. Is it because you read Nene fulfilled? What was the problem? The beauty is there. The brains are there. That mouth is there. Why did this lady not come back? I don't understand. What was the reasoning behind that?
I was mentally exhausted, and then they asked me to come back as a friend of the show, and they said, come back and try to get your peach back. And I was like, you should just bring me back with the peach. And then they really were focusing on coming back in a relationship. And at the time I was dating someone that I was not ready to be putting them on camera. And I'm glad I did not, because it would have totally humiliated me. So they said, so since you're not coming back with a man on the show, you won't show that. Would you come back as a friend? I'm like, I'd rather wait and come back as a housewife. So listen, if they want to call me now, they can. I will go back.
They better be calling you. They better be
should.
calling you. Because I see Phaedra went on the Trader show and she's doing so well there. Everybody's like, oh, Phaedra might be coming back. But I'm like, I'm just waiting for my girl Claudia to come. I mean, it still I don't know, maybe back in the days it made sense. But when we look back now, we're like, how could this woman on this iconic scene, even just that one scene alone that you had with Nene should have been enough for you to come back. So fingers crossed. They better, because we hear they're scrambling over there. So they better bring you back. Would you move to Atlanta just to do that? Because I follow you. You know, I'm on Instagram helping you pick out tiles. And
you are.
So would you, because I know you've set yourself up really well in Texas, would you move and go to Atlanta just to do this?
Well, it's funny because I just got with this company that wants me to help build this platform up, and they're in Atlanta. So I do have a reason to be in Atlanta, and I have my best friend that lives in Atlanta, my friend Alta, she's from West Africa, Cape Verde Islands.
Nice.
And that's my girl. So I go there all the time. So there's always a reason or a way for me to be in Atlanta, and I can always get a second house.
Perfect. Okay. Now, last but not least, I'm going to bring it back and conclude it with our pageant stuff. So as a pageant girl, there's something I personally call peaking at pageant. So when I'm talking to these young girls who are going into pageantry, I'm always like, please don't peak at pageant. And for me, that's when the highest accolade that you ever achieve is that crown on your head. And you are someone who's had such a longevity in this business. I love how you carry yourself. I love how bold you are. You speak your mind, your intelligence. I look up to you when I'm looking for other Black women to model after. So what advice do you have for our younger upcoming pageant sisters out there, and also just young women watching you who love you as far as longevity and creating a successful career and staying beautiful and laying in your bikinis? What? Fabulous.
The level of like how you take care of yourself when you're in a pageant, don't stop that after you get out of nationals. Keep it going. And if you don't win the pageant, who cares? You know who didn't win the pageant that became very successful? Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Second place at Miss USA, and you don't even remember the girl that beat her. That woman stayed focused, stayed beautiful, stayed humble, stayed sweet, stayed kind, and she's an Oscar winner now. You know, that night she didn't win, she probably thought it was like so devastating. And then her life got a million times better when she got through it. I think pageants are great to set you up with discipline and to keep yourself classy. But they're not the end all be all. You use that to move on. And my young girls out there, stop trying to be like everybody else and do not emulate the girls on Instagram, because they're not even living their life the way you think. You know what I mean? It is okay to be classy. I know the trend is to be so ratchet and who can race to the bottom and be the most disgusting. No, there's still a place where good girls do not finish last. They finish first. And I want us to bring that classy thing back, because we need it. Okay?
Absolutely. Okay, now, before I let you go, now that you brought the classy thing back, your thoughts on Zeus. I know you've been a host on one of their reunions. I personally haven't been able to watch the show because it breaks my heart to see girls carrying themselves in that way. What's your thoughts on the network and where they're going, and, you know, their impact on Black women?
Well, I don't know if it's art imitating life or life imitating art. I mean, we wouldn't have a show if girls weren't out there really behaving like that. Do producers have a hand in this? Yes, but there's girls that act like that are not on television. And I think that's where we need to have the conversations. I have spoken to the founder of Zeus, Lemmy, and we talked about the future of the network. And he does say he wants to definitely transition and get into some balance and have other types of shows. He's now doing scripted. He's now getting bigger people. So yeah, sometimes it starts off ratchet, but it could end up in a better place. And I hope that's the vision for the network.
Yeah, what matters is how we finish. Claudia, it's been such an honor and a pleasure to have this interview with you. Thank you so much for having me. I will still be following your every move on social media.
I'll see you.
And I will be catching you on the show too. I know you're going to win. You better.